What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Understanding the Reason. I'm your host, Jerome Majette. Man, I'm so pumped today because we got a lot to cover. We're going to be reading through my book and getting back on our topic that we were on where we left off in our last video. Before we do that, please like, share, and subscribe, and help me show some love to somebody that's been really rocking with me, man. I mean, this sister is gold. Her name is Bernetta, and Bernetta, you have every time she responds to anything that I do, she always edifies me, man. And it's good to know that you got people that really believe in what you're doing, and they got your back. So thank you, Bernetta. Really appreciate you, sis, for sure. Also, if you guys take us up on our offer to purchase our merchandise or pick up our book, send me a selfie over on Facebook Messenger and I will shout you out as well. And also, please stay until the end of the video because we are going to be showing somebody some love, man, that, whoever we decide this on this video. Okay. So thank you for that. Kindly. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. So let's get into our study. So we've been talking about evolution and we've been challenging the fact that there's no way that apes could have human beings. Not even millions of years ago, okay? Because when God created the universe, he set it up on laws, precepts, and principles, right? Or better stated, laws, principles, and precepts and tenets, right? And these are absolutes that govern everything. For example, the law of reciprocity governs all temporal matter, right? It governs the entire universe. If you go to Mars, you'll be able to. If you're going to go up is going to always be up, right? If you're going to go down is always going to be down, right? It doesn't matter, right? If you go in, you got to go out. If you have front, you have back. If you have light, you have dark. That's just a law, right? And then under that law is the seed principle, which governs the propagation of species, right? Everything reproduces after its own kind whose seed is in itself. And that's the scripture. And the scripture backs that up completely, right? So there's no way for an ape to actually have a baby. No way. And we've been talking about that over the last couple of videos. If you haven't checked out our previous video, man, check that video out. It's right on point. Okay. So now we're going to complete our conversation or continue this conversation because there's a lot to it. We're after understanding why are we here? Why did God, who is a spirit, create physical temporary matter? And better yet, why am I here? What is my purpose? And what happens next? We're after understanding that. Why is that important? Because, man, listen, it's appointed once for a man to die. And after that, what? Right? What happens next? And that's why it's so important for us to really know for a fact that God put us here and that this same God has a plan and a purpose for every last one of our lives. And if we're not, I don't know about you and how you feel about this, but this is my thought, right? So if I'm here, I want to know why. Like, what's my part? What's my contribution? Like, what am I supposed to be doing, right? And if I'm going to pass away, if I'm going to transition, where am I transitioning to? I got to go someplace. So I want to know for sure, 100%, if God is real and all this stuff, how do I find out? How do I conduct myself? What do I need to be doing? So that's why it's important for us to lock this thing down and really get it and not fall for the deception of lies and misinformation and all that stuff, right? So that's what put me on an 18-year path to find out for myself. This book actually started out as a Bible study, right? Because I wanted to know if the scriptures are true, how can we prove it? Right? Because I'm only after if it's right. I don't care. The religious part of it, man, you can have that, right? I don't want no parts of religion. But what I do want is I want reality. Okay, that's what I really want. And I think that most people want that too. So let's look at what we were talking about. We were talking about when we left off on a previous video, we were talking about the zygote. The zygote, a zygote is the the developmental stage of an embryo, right? The developmental stage of an embryo is a zygote. The embryo is a zygote, right? So now this is what we've learned in science, man. We learned this in sex education, right? So here's what we wrote in the book. The zygote is always synthesized from the joining of two gametes, such as the egg and the seed of the man, right? The sperm creates a zygote, right? Creates a baby, right? So such zygotes contain DNA derived from both parents, and this provides all the genetic information necessary to form a new individual. Well, if the scripture says, "Be fruitful, multiply, and subdue the earth," this is the process by which that happens. Okay. Now, so when we talk about uh this thing of evolution and us coming from an ape, how is that possible? If both parties are contributing DNA material or information, is one of the partners a human and the other one is an ape? I don't know, right? It can't happen, right? So let's keep going. What is amazing here is that the scriptures disclose it as the seed principle under the law of reciprocity. We talked about that. The two shall become one flesh. It can also be stated this way: the two individuals shall produce a flesh being like themselves after their own kind. Why? Because God, the way he set it up, he produced everything. He created everything after his own kind. So we could not come from apes. And we can't stress that enough, because again, it's important for us to understand who we are and where we come from, right? Because if you know who you are and where you come from, you can't be fooled. You can't be tricked, right? Now, that being said, why are they teaching this stuff in school? Why are they teaching our kids something that's not true, right? Why are we spending our tax dollars to support institutions that's teaching falsehood, right? Because this is not capable of happening. We've never seen it at any time, right? In the whole time we've been here, we've never seen an ape have a child. Okay, let's keep going. Something extremely interesting to me is the passing of the DNA information from the paternal gametes that determines the individual's sex. The Y chromosome passed exclusively from the father to the son, right? And this is another reason why we know that we didn't come from apes, because the Y chromosome passes from one father to the next, to the son, and the son passes it on to his son, and that son passes it on to his son, and it just keeps going, right? Now, a woman, on the other hand, has two X chromosomes. A man has a Y and an X, but a woman has two X chromosomes, right? That's so then if it's possible for an ape to have a child, then we should be able to trace all of these chromosomes all the way back down to apes. Right? So we know that's what helps us know that it's not real. But again, why are we teaching this stuff? Why are we even embracing it? Right? That's the other thing. Like, why are we embracing this? Why are we embracing this stuff as if it's true, as if it's a fact, when in fact science contradicts evolution, right? Scripture contradicts evolution. Science confirms scripture on this subject. So we're wrapping this portion of it up in terms of the creation process as it relates to how we got here. Because I think, me personally, I think that we've said enough on it, and I think we really got this thing locked in now. Then we're going to start our next, when we go over to our next when we go over to our next video, we're gonna really talk about some stuff, man, that I think is gonna really be a blessing for you. And I hope that you guys tune in, bring somebody with you. If you do decide to pick up our book or pick up our merchandise, send me a picture on a selfie over on Facebook Messenger. I will shout you out. I promise I will. We're getting ready to do that now. So please stick around and help me show some love to the people who love us, man, who are rocking with us. And we'll do the same thing for you if you decide to participate, okay? God bless you guys. Sincerely, we love you. Peace.